So today is officially, best I can determine, the pig's due date. Both gilts should be due to farrow today. So I came up this morning, did a check, fed, no swelling of any amount, couldn't express any milk from any of the teats of either of the pigs. So I thought, we're going to be at least another 24 hours. So here it is, evening time, stopped to get some straw to pad out. The temperature's going to drop. It's going to rain tomorrow. And this is what I see when I come up here to toss the straw in. So we had one farrow already, and let me toss this in here, then I'll get some details. So here's mama number one. This was we got to give them names. So this is the flop-eared gilt, who is now a sow, and she has birthed 7 in this litter. There's 3 hanging out over there, and then there's 4 here in the corner. Here's 2 this way. So far, and again, just literally drove up here, so I haven't had much time to do any assessment before turning the camera on. But we look like we've got 7 healthy, viable piglets. And I'm not seeing any sign of anything stillborn or any partial birth pig. Everything seems to be good. We've got both placentas from both horns laying there just under the straw. And like I said, I don't see that the groups are separated right now. Looks like there's 3 kind of huddling together, and then 4 huddling together here in the corner. So here's the 4. Now I haven't done a sex count yet. We'll do that here a little bit later when everybody starts to chill out some. Mama's still a little worked up. But the other gilt that looks like a tick about ready to pop, she has not farrowed yet. And so we'll see what her situation looks like. She was bred the exact same day by the same group of boars. So she should be ready to go soon too. So the point of this video was to do piglet watch. And obviously the watch is expired. Now it's piglet time. We gotta make sure she doesn't have a prolapse. She's got a pretty extended pig part there. So I wanted to pull back a ways because obviously my voice and being around those newborn piglets with a gilt, the first time farrowing, was making her a little nervous. You could hear that. I call it the Harley Davidson noise, the sound that they make. That's obviously a warning sign. It's a nervous aggression type of thing. So I want to get away from that. She's now laying down, nursing well. All 7 have come together and are nursing well with her. Did some investigation there, looked around, even kicked some dirt around just to make sure. Looks like we definitely have the 2 placentas from both horns, and I'm not seeing any other piglet signs. So looks like 7 hit the ground and 7 currently are viable and moving around. So it's kind of a smaller litter, but as I mentioned, if you guys have been following the channel for a bit, the fact that these gilts got bred by our boars way too early. They're not a year old yet. In fact, they're, September? So they're creeping up on 10 months old. These 2 gilts are going to farrow at about 10 months old. So the fact that the boars were really young and the gilts were really young, 7 viable, I'll take that all day long. Now the other gilt, she is about twice the size. So if size has anything to do with litter size, then I'm curious to see what she ends up throwing, because she is much more pronounced and much more developed. So this young lady's our other gilt, and I thought she would go first, because you can see that she looks like a 55-gallon drum, beer barrel here. So she's definitely wide. Like I said, just this morning I could not express any milk from any of the teats, but she's trying to scratch an itch there. You need some help? Yeah, let's be a little crude. You can see not a lot of swelling. So he's on my camera. In my experiences with my other pigs, you'd see a lot more swelling, much more pronounced swelling, and then of course being able to express. Now they're bagged up well, but I cannot express any milk and then not seeing a pronounced swelling. But the other one, she's definitely swelled now. I'm going to take a dinner break, I believe, and come back. We'll come back around dark and check on them and see just how the second pig's doing. Now, I realize the deficiency I have. I don't have names for these two gilts. And Kelly and I were talking about that the other day. We really need names. Comment below with some suggestions of names for these gilt/sows. One's a sow now, one's still a gilt. And I'll just tell you some of the rules that we would have with our naming. The first letter of the name needs to be unique. So I can't have two pigs that begin with an L, because what I'll do is, just for my easy sake of naming, let's say I name one Lucy and the other one Gertrude. So any offspring that I keep from them, I will name their offspring with that same letter. So I'd have Lucy, and maybe I kept a boar named Larry, or Lucy and a gilt named, I don't know, I can't even think of something else that starts with L. Lucinda, like Lucy, whatever. So you get what I'm working on there. So I want to have, obviously it can't be an M because I have Merida, and Merida came from Mercy and Molly. We had that line. So it can't begin with an M, and the letters of the two names need to be different from one another. And there needs to at least be, don't give me an X. There needs to be something where I can accumulate quite a few names. So that's kind of our silly naming convention. That just helps me when I look at a pig, third or fourth generation, to know who it came from. Circle of life. You were trying to get in the trough, weren't you? No. Why would you say that? Okay, so it's the next morning. I walked up 11 o'clock last night to check, and the 7 were still okay, and the other gilt was still just showing basic entry signs of labor. Nothing crazy yet. No piglets on the ground. So now it's it's about 30 degrees cooler, and we've gotten about I think the rain gauge said just under a ½ inch of rain in the overnight. So a lot of water, which is good. We needed it. Creeks aren't even rolling yet, but I'm going to walk down here and check on them. It looks like our 7 are still okay. All huddled up nicely there. Almost doing okay. The new, she has not farrowed. She got her tail covering up there, so I can't tell swelling, but it doesn't look like she's farrowed yet. Well, okay, kind of like a journal entry here, I wanted to say it's due date plus 12, so it's almost noon from the due date. Due date was Monday, it's now Tuesday, creeping up on noon. Just went up to check on them, fed them. I forgot to take my camera, so I didn't show that part, but nothing's really changed. We've got still 7 viable pigs kicking around from the first sow, and the second one still hasn't farrowed yet. She cannot express milk from her teats. And she's just now starting to show some swell where you're seeing, not to sound graphic, but seeing the pink area form around her black, black colored skin of her womanly parts. So that to me is a sign that she's still not ready. So it's not like she's been going through labor. We thought maybe she was having labor pains last night, but it must not have been. She's got her appetite still. I just fed them both. The mama got up and ate like crazy, so she's really packing on the calories now to obviously handle the piglet's got her appetite back, and the other one that hasn't farrowed yet hasn't lost her appetite. So we'll keep you posted. I've got, the reason why I forgot to take my camera is I've got to go get ready. I'm late for a meeting in town, so I got to go have that meeting, and then I'll come back and check on them. Okay, so the evening of Tuesday, so day 2, and 7 pigs still doing well. We noticed, I noticed this morning that one of the 7 got stepped on, and his side is torn a little bit. He has some of his flesh torn away, but the mesentery, intestinal mesentery is not messed up. It's not bleeding, so it's one of those, and everything I've experienced is you just leave it alone. If we have to, we can tape it up, but it looks like it's going to heal up pretty well. It's not bad. There's no limp. There's no restricted movement from him, so he seems to be doing okay. I count four gilts, 3 boars, so all hopping around looking okay. And then old barrel body here, she still isn't in labor, but I've noticed, I think I mentioned earlier today, get a little more swelling there, so she may go into labor tonight. It's supposed to just keep getting colder, so you know how that goes. Okay, so Wednesday morning, day 3, and we still only have 7 piglets. So we've got original 7 huddled together here. You can see we've got one that's got a little bit of red in it right there. She's the one walking over close to the wall. So they seem to be doing okay. A little chilly this morning, so they're huddling together to get some body heat. You can see there's the one that has this side injury. You can see just that little, it's the second one over. Of course, he's now huddled up, you can't see it. So let's do a mama update. Mama 1 getting her feet on. She's doing well, healed up really well. Swelling's gone down in the back. Potential mama 2 still can't express any milk. Well, I think I may have mentioned I couldn't express any milk out of her probably 4 hours before she went into labor. But a little bit more swelling here in the back. Not much different from yesterday. It's funny, the breeding time was about the same. They went into heat about the same, and of course the boars bred them that weekend. So there should only been a 2 or 3 day window there. So we may be close. I'm going to stop speculating. I'm just going to wait. The next clip you'll see is me saying, hey, look, there's pigs. So, shows you what I know, right? Okay, so Wednesday evening, and came up after dinner to check. Been in town all day doing business stuff, but here's what I came home to. That's mama number 2. And that's, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, and that's from the other litter. So 9. So that's, I haven't been able to look under her yet. I just walked up here. There's afterbirth. I believe she's done, as dry as they are. Looks like she went probably midday again. Some good looking pigs. There's some stripies in there. They're definitely more active than the first litter was. Unless there's some under, again, I'm not going to try to move her. So right now that's 9 viable. There's plenty of, I can refrain from showing, but right here in the corner there's plenty of afterbirth. placenta, all that. So I believe she is done. She's not showing any contractions. As dry as those piglets are, and as well they're moving around, they've definitely been out for a while. So I think she's definitely done. There could be something underneath her that didn't come out all right or got crushed, but I don't see that yet. Ironically, look who's been laying here solid for the past 4 days. I've shown you a little bit of that, but she has not moved. She has built a nest. I think she's having flashbacks of being a mama. She hasn't shown any signs of aggression either way, toward me or toward the pigs through the fence. Well, I think I may wrap up this video here as far as me talking, and let's spend some time showing some piglets hanging around. This is the fun part.